Hi, if you're watching this, I would imagine you're either preparing to catch a skunk and want to know what to do, or maybe you have caught a skunk and now you want to know what to do with it. And I'm sure you'd like to get to that and get that over with as soon as possible, so I'll jump right into it. I would imagine you have seen something like this with a skunk in a cage. What I usually do is approach with commitment and throw an old bath towel over the cage. They seem to calm down right away, and I cover it up with a few more. And once I've done that, then I slide that into a leaf bag. The leaf bag is a little bit of an overkill. I guess I have a story going way back from one of the first times I did this with stepdad as a kid. We we put it in the trunk of his Cadillac, and to be honest with you, as a kid, I was kind of hoping that you know, see how that went. Wasn't my car, so I would have never have done that. But he insisted. I mean, we did it successfully. I had done releases like this before that, not with a Cadillac, and many since. And uh, I've never had one spray. If you have one in the cage and it's acting pretty erratically aggressive, running around, or maybe it already has sprayed, and I've never had that happen. They typically won't spray themselves in a confined area, which is kind of the thought process of throwing the old bath towels over that, or a blanket, or a sheet, or whatever you find handy for that. It's just like when you see, I don't know if you ever seen an animal get tranquilized, the first thing they'll do is cover the eyes to calm it down. Same kind of theory. Covering the cage, calming them down. And you'll see now that the skunk on the video is starting to come out of the cage. I sat there with that hatch on that cage open for about 15 minutes or more, easily more, I would say. 15 minutes before I walked away, thinking that maybe if I walked away, I would encourage it to come out. And it just kind of moseyed out. I'm sure it's a little traumatized. One being stuck in the cage part of the night, riding in the back of a pickup truck with that leaf bag flapping in the wind, all that noise, unfamiliar territory, new smells, all that. So they're pretty timid animals, and if it's acting in any other way, like said, you might want to call animal control. It could be rabid, could be other things going on with that animal that you just don't want to deal with. So after it came out of the cage, it kind of waddled back in this little bush area here into some cover, just kind of exploring very, non-aggressive behavior. I was very close to that cage when I filmed it coming out of there. I mean, feet away, non-issue. And that's pretty typical. I've released actually 3 of them within, 2 of them were 2 days in a row. Then I was out of town for a couple of weeks, came back, set the trap off, and caught another one. I think there was a family of them living in the ditch out in front of the house. Anyways, came out, wandered over by this cactus, looking at me. I walked a little closer to it. It made no aggressive gesturing or anything like that towards me. And again, this is pretty typical. These 3, as well as several others over the years. This one was actually, or these 3 were actually in Arizona, which was not aware that there was such a skunk population in the particular area I was in, but apparently. Others I've caught many in the Midwest growing up. And again, they're pretty timid. And if it's acting aggressively, they don't want to mess with you any more than you want to mess with them. So as long as you don't, shake the cage up and get them all angry and stuff right before you let them go, they're just a little freaked out, don't know where to go, familiar smells, all that stuff, new smells. So they're just cautiously going to come out of the cage and just want to get away from you pretty much after that. Or, once they're out of the cage, you pick everything up and maybe get away from them. Now, here's another one I caught, successfully released, non-issue. And that's pretty much it. Hopefully you'll have the same experience and don't get sprayed. And again, if it's aggressive, call animal control. Good luck and thanks for watching.